let's rock and roll with it. Time is of the essence. It's in, it's recording. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And probably good morning to you when this video airs online.
Exactly.
Yeah, welcome to the South Africa show. My name's Conrad from South Africa, and I have to bring you Mo Peterson.
Hello, everyone, and good morning, as Conrad said, to those that will be watching the video in the morning.
What year is it?
That's right, so it's Monday, 4:30. We made it through the day.
Excited. This is a happy face. This is a happy face. I'm like, we've made it. We've made it.
Yeah. Well, I had quite a progressive weekend. I was away in the Northwest Province, getting work out there. It's such a different world compared to what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Simba, everything the light touches is our kingdom.
But good to be back in the land of the living.
Yeah.
What's good on your side, man? What's up on the weekend? What did you get up to?
This weekend was exciting. I mean, it was very relaxed and chilled. I think it was one of my lazy weekends. Worked on extensive proposals, preparation for certain projects that I'm working on. So by the time we hit Monday, everything is in order and you can just pick up the phone and make those calls. We're busy on a hustle.
Yeah,
so by Monday you have to be picking up the phone and making
Sunday
calls.
The draft folder needs to be full up.
It has to.
And then
it has to.
Come 8 o'clock, 7, and you just start executing. Send.
And then it's like we breathe out, we breathe in and out, and we're like, oh, we've made Monday. I mean, it's been. How's the weather been for you? I mean,
I've enjoyed it, man. Being in Tawung, the Northwest Province, sunny days. Temperatures, I would say, max about 34, 35 degrees, but it's quite nice in the shade.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to just kind of like an Idols auditions that took place this weekend.
Oh.
So people in the cultural communities got together and they got to share their talents. And all of them just to try and secure a spot for the main event on Heritage Day. So it was quite nice to see the community and get in touch back with what's out there.
It's fantastic. You mentioned Heritage Day that's coming up. I mean, that's such a significant day for us. I mean, what does Heritage Day, as South Africans, what does Heritage Day mean to you, Conrad, as a young South African?
There's a higher place somewhere.
Being in South Africa, born, it's very unique. I'm an Indian South African, 3 generations in. And besides just my ancestors and my grandparents and my father, that's progressing society of South Africa, I get to look back at the past 100 years of Africa, and I get to look and understand there's a huge struggle that took place in this land, you know, and now we're living in a society that's now free, democratic rights. People have a chance to contribute to society, as well as access to food and water and sanitation. So life has really progressed, and it's quite proud to where we are right now.
But I mean, what is it? I mean, to me, as you were saying, like, we look at what had happened into the past, and then we also need to look at, how do we use what had happened, to use it in today's and present time, and how do we take it and make it progressive for us as young Africans, who's in business, do we look at it as an advantage for us, or do we look at it as a disadvantage? Because I mean, are we still considered, or do we still fall under disadvantaged South Africans?
Well, look,
South
Africa is called a developing country. It's not a third world country, so that already puts us in a different place than everyone else. We can look at all the negative things that have happened to us and are still currently happening, and that are still going to happen in society. But I'm looking at it from historically from the opportunities. People that invented things that were not really recognized. People getting access to do things now we can. Tim Sabalala at the Standard Bank being placed in as CEO. There's disruption taking place, but it's slowly taking place.
So that's progressive.
Exactly.
We have
look,
progressive.
I always advise people and tell them that You know, Africa was raped like really bad, and the reason why first world countries are so successful is just built based on the slavery of Africa. And so, you know, we are the people that are here standing in the gap on this land.
Taking the stand now.
Exactly, right now, standing at African unions and in parliament and in business and in industry, as well as on media and television. You know, being that voice for people that are still feel that they are captive. And guys, you're not, you're free, you know?
You're absolutely free. Absolutely free. I think a lot of people, I think we're the visionaries. I think in today's generation, we have to take up the responsibility of being the visionaries. We the ones that's able, you know, to create these opportunities for us, because these opportunities are out there. You know, I think it just really takes a lot of research. You know, you have to put in the work. But you know, some people are saying, oh well, there's no opportunity and it's only for this and this. The opportunity is out there. It's you just need to go out there and look for the opportunity and create your own opportunity.
Exactly. You know, you go into community, be like, wow. A simple example, I heard a story of a man that went into Africa and took the spur hot rock and sold it to tribes of people. Look at that. So it's not about being a brilliant, like radical idea. You know, guys, Africa is still at root level. Look at the simple things of how we're going to improve.
Absolutely. I think too, with me being in the fashion industry, I think it's vital, especially Heritage Day that's coming up for us, fellow South Africans, to look at opportunities. I'm just making an example. Being in the fashion industry, you look at the Nama and the Khoisan and, you know, the rock art, and you know, that should be your inspiration. What can I do with that?
You know.
How can I bring that alive? I mean, how can I implement that into the fashion industry, into the African fashion industry, where us as Africans take the first have the first preference in order for us to use that, whether it comes to textiles, whether it comes to design, whether it comes to the narrative. I think using such historical, amazing stuff as our narratives, and then hanging our product on those narratives.
Yes, on those narratives, and growing it from there.
Absolutely.
You know, something very interesting. People say, like, you think Africa is divided, or South Africa or anywhere else in the world. Guys, this is a global situation. Until recently, the Grand Chief Wilton Littlechild, a Cree chief from Canada, so these are Native Americans, addressed the United Nations. The reason why I bring this up, I should have been there this week, but I'm here in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
And what he's standing for, yes, even though there's been great change and welcoming into the community, there's still a great divided nation. So people of different traditional tribes around the world are still trying to integrate into society. So guys, as much as all of us are free and liberated, there's still pockets of people in strife and situations. So we can look to complain about that or make impactful change. You know, in the last video I did, I told guys, you need to start thinking on the 300-year level. 100 years before us, the 100 years after, and the 100 years that we're going to live.
Madness. This is Sparta!
Absolutely.
And that's how you need to make an impactful change in the society. It doesn't matter if you live for 20, 30 years. Look, a short period of time. That's why we record and document these videos.
Absolutely.
So that it can be insightful and engaging to people going forward.
And I think also just for young South Africans to draw inspiration from videos like these, you know, just to look at us and be like, if those two youngsters can do it, whatever it is we're doing in business, you can do it. You can do it too.
Exactly, because we're young.
Yourself.
I'm only 17 years old.
I think it's all about being exposed. You know, once you become exposed to a different life, to different things, I always encourage youngsters to travel abroad. You know, if you try by all means. So don't go and buy that expensive car, or, you know, take that money and go and travel and be exposed. I think once you expose the hunger and the drive for better, you know, it's just such an organic thing that comes, and you just become so hungry. Like, I mean, we're so young, but every day we come to the office and we push, and we're not waiting for anyone to hand us anything on a silver platter.
Always on the fucking job. I got no hobbies. Got this.
No, sir. We are going out there ourselves, and we creating our own opportunities. And I want y'all to take this moment and just you know, take some time and think about an opportunity, and you be the visionaire. You be the the person that creates those opportunities.
That's right. And guys, when you get rejected and someone says no to you for business, get motivated by that.
Absolutely.
Get motivated.
Absolutely.
Don't take it as a fall. Just get back up there and out there again.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think it's something that I was speaking about too. A lot of people, we speak about, when all the doors, there's so many doors that closes, guys, and it's going to close. And it's difficult to pick yourself up. But let your dreams and your aspirations and your goals be that drive, where you can pick yourself up and be like, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. You put it out there in the universe, and you speak to God and you pray.
Of course.
And God definitely answers our prayers, but you need to put in that deed. I think you need to put in that deed. You need to go out there and work hard for what it is that you want.
Why are you going to make a difference to the world if you're not going to take a step? Do that. It's a culture I'm starting at my company now at Hashtag is everyone's going to have a job and a role and responsibility to do, but I'm going to be allowing each person to start creating their own sort of e-currency. Maybe pushing a product on the internet or making use of the services we have strategically for their benefit. Because yes, it's great to come and work for a company, but we want you to do something more.
Yeah.
And if that's something I'm trying to get for my staff to do, it's something you should look in your own spare time.
Absolutely.
Nothing's costing you time to go to bed a few hours later or waking up a few hours earlier and putting in that little effort each day. That's what matters, guys.
Absolutely. I think I cannot agree more with you, Conrad, in terms of we need to start. The mindset has to be entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship. We have to constantly push entrepreneurship because that way we are going to be the ones that's creating
That's right.
thousands and thousands of jobs. Our dreams, our aspirations should be, being the owners of all these big buildings and employing thousands and thousands of people. I think we need to push more entrepreneurship because
Exactly.
entrepreneurship creates jobs.
Guys, let's give you simple baby steps. Say you've got a digital product that you want to take out there to market, or you've got a product you want to service. Make it a list of at least 10 businesses within your location and go to them. Go to each one, knock on each door and tell them, guys, I'm approaching this to you as well as to everyone else. This is what we want to try and offer you, and take it from there. Ask for a simple 1,000 Rand or 500 Rand.
Yeah.
Fuel your data cost, your phone bills, and just, basic bills if you can to start with. Guys, it's going to be 6-7 years now that this company is growing. I'm not at the point where I am supposed to be, but I'm glad where things are and progressing, so I can document and show you. So 5 years later, when you're watching all these videos, you get to see these humble beginnings of Moik and I.
Absolutely.
Because what's important is the understanding, guys.
Yeah.
The knowledge. The
Yeah.
knowledge is most important.
And I think too, Conrad, something that's really important for young startups and entrepreneurs is for anyone to take you serious, you need to have a registered business, and it's not that big of a deal, and it's not even that expensive.
Guys, it's like $500, not even. Sometimes you'll get it for free if you do it smart. Go to Cipro, go to CK. I spoke at a university and I chatted about digital and they were loving it. Then I asked them, do you guys know what a VAT 201 or a tax clearance is? No one picked up their hand.
Yeah.
So you telling me from grade 1, class 1, primary school, high school, now varsity, they didn't teach you about VAT and taxes, but as soon as you leave and start getting a job, you're supposed to incur all these costs.
Yeah.
Learn now from a young age, guys, about these things. Prepare yourself as well as advise your clients.
Yeah.
Give to Caesar what's due to Caesar.
Absolutely. And it's so easy, guys. It's so easy. Let me just quickly give you just the basic. You go on to Cipro, you will register 4 names, which costs about 50 rands to register the 4 names. One will come up to be like one is approved. You then take the one that was approved, that you reserved, and then you register your P2I Ltd. And as Conrad has said, it's about 500 rands. But after that, once you have your P2I Ltd documents, you can then go to SARS, open up a bank account, a business bank account.
Exactly.
Take your bank account and let's
Started with like $100 even.
Go to SARS and they're going to give you a tax clearance. Those are the basics, whether it is you're looking for funding, whether it is looking for investment. You cannot go and look for any government funding without a tax clearance, without a BEE affidavit certificates. Also remember, startups, they do not give BE certificates anymore to startups. They give you now an affidavit type of
Exactly.
of a
for
letter.
your first time around to set up, once you start establishing and generating business, then you can go and process and get a tax clearance.
And that's all it
a
takes.
BE certificate.
And that's all it takes. That's
exactly.
all it takes.
Basic starts. Look, the one thing I learned about working with government, because that's where I started my company, is I learned about paper trail and document and statutory documents. And when I look into the private sector and everywhere else, it prepares you. So guys, get your basic documents in place. If you don't understand accounting, use simple online systems. It's
And
something-
just Google.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Google is there for a reason, guys. Come on, let's Google.
Guys, it's our responsibility to change the GDP of South Africa.
Absolutely.
Morwick and I, in the next 5 years, you'll definitely know that we single-handedly contributed to the change GDP in South Africa. You might laugh at us, but you look at people like Mark Zuckerberg, you look at people like Jack Ma.
Absolutely.
Don't waste time, guys. South Africa, a lot of great people came from this land. We are here right now.
Absolutely. It's for you to start now. It's for you to make a difference now. It's for you to leave an amazing and a powerful legacy for the people that's to come.
That's it. Guys, great energy, great energy. You know, Heritage Month.
We're excited.
Everything's fun.
Heritage
Look,
Month
the
is
sun is even
exciting.
shining in our face.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Exactly.
And so what, just before we end this whole thing, Conrad, what is your plans for Heritage Day? Do you have any specific plans? Are you chatting to, I know, because Conrad is always doing, talks, and he's an MC, and he does, besides his digital stuff. So are you engaging in any way with youngsters out there?
I'm gonna be working. Hashtag secured some client work for
fantastic.
Heritage Day. It's a national holiday.
Congratulations.
So hashtag South Africa national holidays, and that's where we're pretty much going to be. Monday, I'll probably have some time to rest and chill. Probably go do something. But I think as South Africans, or being an entrepreneur, it's so different because public holidays are normally days away from work. But when you're an entrepreneur,
it never ends.
weekends and public holidays are days of work.
It's business. It's business.
So it's a total paradigm shift, guys. Sitting on the other side of the fence, it's not that hard. It becomes quite enjoyable once you get into it.
It is.
Make it through those first 5 years, guys. You can do it. It sounds hard, but trust me, you'll look back and you'll realize what a better person you've become. Forget just the money and all these other attributes. You become a better person.
Anything is possible. Whatever you set your mind to, whatever it is that your dreams and aspirations, if you work hard, it is achievable. There is nothing in life that is not achievable. So always tell yourself that, you know what, I'm going to achieve it. You have to live your dream as though you have it already.
Of course.
Get up. If you don't get up, if you don't start now and you procrastinate, it is never gonna happen. So for me, it's about getting up now, like starting today.
That's it.
Starting
That's
today.
it. And guys,
just
it's
do
going to be levels. It's going to teach you how to earn and work with 1,000 rand,
Yeah.
10,000, 100, a million, 10 million, 100 million.
Absolutely.
Okay, you can't just jump from 0 to 100 million
Yeah.
because you'll destroy yourself. Prepare yourself for these stages and progress.
And the thing is, guys, you don't need a lot of money to start. I mean, Conrad, we look at your story. We look at
So
where
many
I come
people out there.
from zero budget. I've climbed for the past 5 years with zero budget. Conrad started with 100 runs. So it's all about, it starts with you. It starts with you. Take that piece of paper and pen, write down your dreams,
push
what
up,
you
play.
want. Panda push up play. Panda push up play. That's all you have to do. It's start now. You have to do it right now. If you don't get up right now and do it, no one is gonna do it for you. But let me tell you, opportunity is endless.
That's it. Guys, this has been amazing from Morwick and I on a Monday. We're going to get back to our lives. We're taking time out of our lives to
Yeah.
share with you.
Absolutely.
So,
and always,
yeah.
Conrad, Jiwas, this guy is super amazing. His sense of humor. Thank you for having me. But thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always, being able to sit down with you and just have intellectual and stimulating conversations. I think it's all about what we add to each other's lives, and it should always be stimulating. Always surround yourself with people of like mind.
Of course.
But thank you so much. Have a fantastic, fantastic week ahead of you guys. You guys rock. South Africa. Africa is amazing. From Conrad and I, hashtag South Africa. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
It's been great. Guys, that's it from us. Remember, we're not fucking around. We're here to get that bag money.
Peace out.